Changes I feel need to happen at my school. I'll be talking about areas within the school I believe need to change. First of all, did you know that 18.5%, that's nearly a fifth, of students at my school are entitled to free school meals? And this number could be on the rise. Free school meals are provided to low-income families, so why is school uniform so expensive? If your parents were to buy one shirt, one jumper, one pair of trousers, one PE top, one pair of PE shorts and one pair of PE socks, because my school just has special PE socks, from the uniform shop, the prices would start at £85.25. But this is only for the smallest size and doesn't include shoes, PE trainers, bags, stationery or water bottles. So why, knowing that some families, even those that do not qualify for free school meals, are having financial struggles, are they forced to spend a large amount on uniform that isn't even appropriate for every student? I, and many others, have sensory issues, so strict uniform policies is not inclusive to all students. The PE socks are extremely tight and uncomfortable, which can lead me to become overwhelmed and focus less on the lesson and more on when I can take them off. The school shirts are see-through and lead to many female students not taking their jumpers off during the hot weather because their bra may be seen. I also believe that the current rules around school uniform mean that we lose valuable learning time waiting for students to unroll their skirts or tuck in their shirts. This constant nagging about uniform can, and often will, lead to a student become defiant. Which leads me quite nicely onto behaviour. I do not believe that the punishments or consequences for bad behaviour are consistent, as they are either too harsh or too soft, leading to conflict between students and teachers. This lack of consistency means that other students who could excel in a subject are being held back. We need a clear and easy to follow behaviour system that is understood by both students and teachers. Going back to my money worries, it is quite clear that some families not only can't afford uniform, but also couldn't afford to give their child money for the recent celebrations, meaning many children were left disappointed and envious of their peers who did get an ice cream. Speaking of the recent celebrations, I believe that the barbecue lunch which was offered there, which was merely just a hot dog and one cookie, was not enough food. Especially as to some that might be their only hot meal of the day, while others are having 3-course meals at home. This is another example of how not every child is treated equally and how some students, to no fault of their own, had to miss out on parts of the celebration. I am an SEN student, and the disruption to my normal school day without enough warning led me to feeling overwhelmed and anxious due to the high noise levels and the number of people in one area of the school grounds. More needs to be done to support students like me and those from lower income families to feel included. NHS statistics suggest that 20.3% of students aged 8 to 16 have a mental health disorder, a huge rise from 2017 when the figure was only 12.5%. So why is there not enough support in schools to help those students who need it most? Currently at my school, there is one sensory space which is not accessible to all students. There needs to be more members of staff available for drop-ins for those who need it most, as waiting lists for professional support are so long. This also could encourage positive student-teacher relationships. I'm glad to see that my school is starting to make change and become more inclusive by starting a Pride Club, as research shows that young people who are part of the LGBTQIA++ are more likely to develop mental health problems. But still, more needs to be done to educate our students, as I witness homophobic language and opinions on a daily basis, and there is no punishment for this. These issues are just a few of the wide range of changes I believe need to happen within school. Nobody should have to worry that they don't have the correct uniform because it's too expensive. Nobody should feel they do not have enough support in a place where they're supposed to feel safe. Nobody's learning should be affected by other students who probably aren't receiving the support they need. Together, I believe we can make a change. Done.